Hello and welcome to our channel, Cheating Exposed. Today, we're revealing another story. My ex-fiancée tried to get my wife to cheat on me. I think my ex-fiancée Jess, 31, female, might have tried to get my wife Olivia, 30, female, drunk and cheat on me. My wife thinks I am overreacting and overthinking the whole situation. Can someone tell me if I would be an asshole to ask Olivia to stop being friends with Jess immediately? For context, Jess and I started dating during the sophomore year of our college. We met through mutual friends and connected instantly. She was charming and outgoing, and made friends instantly everywhere she went. I am more shy and nerdy, but I enjoyed going out to parties with her. We got engaged on our graduation day as both our families were attending. I got a job in a big tech company right after college, and Jess moved in with me while looking for jobs. That is when the relationship started going downhill. Jess was an art major and had trouble finding a stable job. She did a bunch of freelance work and mostly worked from home. I was overwhelmed with work. She always wanted to go out to bars and clubs, and I wanted to rest in the evening after 10 to 12 hours of work. I was okay with her going out with friends alone, and I would sometimes tag along on the weekend. It bothered me that she was still in her party girl phase. She complained that I was becoming boring and should enjoy my early 20s before we settled down. I was also not happy with the friends she hung out with, as there was a lot of drinking and drug use. Even when I went out with her friends, she would be extremely flirty with guys in her friends group. Her excuse was always that she gets flirty when she is drunk, or she was just joking. I had enough and decided to call off the engagement after 2 years, as we were just different people at that point. The breakup was messy and she kept trying to get back with me for almost a year. There were some incidences where Jess may not have acted in her best judgment, and I blocked her from all my social media. I did not want to deal with the drama and wanted to move on. I also got a transfer to another town around that time and never heard from Jess again. This is when I started dating my wife, Olivia. My wife was the exact opposite of Jess. She was very soft-spoken and a homebody like me. She knew I was engaged before. We dated for 3 years and happily married for 2 years now. However, one of the sticking points we always had was my Thursday nights. 3 of my closest college friends are now scattered all across the country, and we generally play a video game together on Thursday evenings since our college days. Olivia complained that she gets bored during that time. About 6 months ago, Olivia told me she got a Facebook invite for a group where they had painting and wine nights on Thursdays. It was mostly 8 to 10 women who got together at someone's house and spent the evening painting, drinking wine, and gossiping. According to Olivia, it was just a few housewives and divorcees, and they welcomed her. One of the women's names was Jess, but I did not think much of it. 2 weeks ago, Olivia told me it was Jess's birthday and they wanted to have a ladies' night at a club. Olivia hates loud music, but Jess convinced her to come for dinner and some drinks. On that night, I got a call from Olivia at 10 p.m. asking me if I could come and pick her up. I could tell something was wrong and immediately left to pick her up. I went to the bar and went in to pick up Olivia. I was shocked when I realized that her friend Jess was my ex-fiancée. She also looked surprised to see me there. I was polite and said hello to everyone, but Olivia wanted to get out of there as soon as possible. After we got in the car, I told Olivia that Jess was my ex-fiancée, whom I had not seen for almost 7 years. Olivia was shocked to hear it and did not know about it. It was crazy since I didn't even know she lived in the same city as us. Olivia told me Jess was the one who had started the painting group. She had divorced her husband 2 years ago and moved to our city for a fresh start. The reason why she called me was because she was getting uncomfortable with the situation at the bar. Since Jess and one of the other women were single, they kept on encouraging guys to hit on them and inviting them over to their table. Jess was trying to get everyone drunk and was asking Olivia to open up and have fun. She was constantly hyping up Olivia to 2 of the guys who bought them a round of drinks. At this point, Olivia excused herself to go to the restroom and called me to pick her up. I am not happy with the situation, but I am also not mad at Olivia. I am just uncomfortable with Olivia hanging out with Jess. I told Olivia about the same. Olivia told me that she was never going to put herself in the same situation again with Jess or anyone else. Also, this friend group is the only real social life she has since we both are in a completely new city. She does not want to stop going to her painting nights with her friends. I brought up the thought that Jess could be acting in malice, but Olivia told me she did not think Jess would know I was her husband, as Olivia never showed my picture to anyone in the group. She also said that it's been 7 years since we broke up. Jess is a kind person and I should not judge her based on one night when she was drunk. She still wants to stay friends with Jess. On one hand, I do not want to separate Olivia from her friends. But my gut feeling is telling me something is off in this situation. Besides, it feels weird to have my ex be friends with my wife. Am I the asshole to want Olivia to stop being friends with Jess because of my gut feeling? Or should I just let it go as it's Olivia's call to make? Update. For reference, I broke up with my ex-fiancée Jess 7 years ago and have been together with my wife for 5 years, married for 2. After the night of Jess's birthday, where she tried to get my wife drunk and flirt with strangers, I had a long conversation with my wife. I laid down why I was uncomfortable with her hanging out with Jess. My wife agreed with most of what I said, but she feels that enough time has passed now where we can let things go. She also talked to Jess, and Jess told her that she had no idea about me and it's just one happy coincidence. Jess also insisted to my wife that she had moved on with her life after our breakup, found love, and unfortunately, the marriage did not last. She told Olivia that maybe we all could go out for dinner together and clear out the issues. Jess also insisted that she was just having fun at the bar and apologized to my wife if her drunk behavior made her uncomfortable. My wife asked me if I would be okay with their friendship, as she has not found a social group in the new town for a long time, and Jess seems like a changed person. She also told me that she would only meet these women during her art night, and not go out on girls' nights or trips. I felt that as long as Olivia was comfortable, I should not have any reason to be worried. We also had dinner with Jess once, and Jess was very friendly. She told me about what happened in her marriage and how she is on her healing journey right now. She also apologized to me for her behavior during our last few months together. Jess also now owns a business and works as a freelance artist and graphic designer. I also was gracious, as we were just 23, and I harbor no ill feelings. My wife also started hosting art night at our place once a month or so, and I had to move to my office for my game nights. Last week, after the art night, Jess and one other lady hung back, and we were all drinking wine and chatting. The other lady was asking questions about Jess and me. Jess told her that it was old history and that I went no contact with her for 4 years. That was the reason why she had no idea about Olivia. Olivia looked at me and asked Jess, "You mean 7 years ago, right?" Jess said no, and that was when we broke up. However, we met every time I came back to my hometown. I thought she was drunk, so I corrected her again, saying it was 7 years ago and she was misremembering things. Jess said, "Maybe," and we moved on. The next day, Jess sent a bunch of photos to my wife of me and her hanging out. They were just innocent photos, like us having dinner, at a music festival, working out together, etc. The weirdest part was that I had a few tattoos on my body that I got after I broke up with Jess. I also never owned the clothes the person in the photos was wearing. Even the photos were timestamped to 4 years ago, Christmas 2019. Olivia freaked out because we started dating in the summer of 2019. I did make a trip alone to my hometown in Christmas 2019. However, I never met Jess. She started asking me why I didn't tell her about meeting Jess. I tried to tell her that these things never happened, but she doesn't believe me. She also called Jess, and Jess told her that we met because I was back in town. However, we were just platonic at that point, and it's not what my wife is thinking. I confronted Jess, and she told me that I'm stupid for not telling Olivia about meeting her and also not telling her about Olivia. She says that I told her I was still single. Olivia is very angry at me. She doesn't believe a word I'm saying. I keep telling her that I haven't seen Jess for 7 years. Olivia says she doesn't mind me meeting her, but I should have told her since we were together. I volunteered to show her all my phone records from that time, but they only go back 3 years on my carrier. I'm confused about how those photos can even exist when I never met Jess. They are definitely photos from when I was with Olivia, as I look more muscular in these pictures and also have tattoos that I didn't have back then. I even told her she can call my friends and family to ask them about the trip, but she says that she has all the photos of my trip and my friends and family will cover for me. A lot of people are messaging me in DMs offering to review the pictures. I appreciate the help. I am not comfortable sharing the fake photos online with strangers. I'm going to have an acquaintance who is a photographer look at them today. I had 2 people who are digital artists look at them so far, and both of them told me they couldn't identify anything wrong with the photos. Also, another thing I learned after talking to a friend yesterday was that the music concert venue, from the pictures, was a park near my parents' suburb, and I did indeed go there with my friend for a Christmas tree event. He also confirmed to my wife that he was with me the entire time and we never met Jess there. He also shared 2 photos from his camera roll that showed me wearing a different t-shirt than the one in the photo that Jess shared. My mom confirmed that the gym photo was taken in an exercise room at the YMCA my parents go to. My mom reminded me that I did use their guest passes during that trip. I have no idea what's going on, to be honest. Can someone please help me with what I can do in this case? I need to convince Olivia that this is all false. But she's just angry at me and giving me the silent treatment. I swear that I did not meet Jess during that trip and am caught up in this mess through no fault of my own. Well, folks, that's all. Thank you all for listening. Please like, comment, and share the video if you enjoyed it. Also, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you will be notified when we upload the next video. Take care.